Scorpio. Welcome to your June 2026 tarot card reading, brought to you by me, Kathleen Robinson of Karmaqueens. So let's get started. So I'm going to mix the cards. Let's get them together. And I'm going to shuffle them twice. See where they come. So the first thing we're going to look at is the general influences that are surrounding you in June. So when we have the Ten of Pentacles reversed, it's a card of urgency, and it's one of those cards that you feel that it's all or nothing. So it's to do with resource, because the Ten of Pentacles is all about resource, and you're going to go for it. You've got the resource available, and you've chosen June to be the time where you're just going for it. And it demands a lot of resource, and you're going to put it in and you're going to go for it. Now, the good news is that you've got the resource, and it's backed up with this card here, which is the Merchant card, which is saying that there's enough money coming in for you to be able to give charity to those that need it. And so you've got abundance coming in as well, which is great. Now, the Knight of Rods upright is indicating that you're going to be in a setting where perhaps they're not of your culture. And the reason I say that is that I've got the pyramid around you here as well. But it can also mean a fantastic time where communication is the key. So whatever you're doing in terms of communication is absolutely hitting the spot. People understand what you really need, and they're willing to communicate that back to you. If you're working, it can mean a raise in a job or something like that. So it's a great time to be working with people as your communication levels are superb. Now, the Six of Swords reversed is indicating that you are very willing to change and adapt in a second to changes that might be put upon you during the course of this month. And the good news is, because you do actually respond very quickly to changes that happen, it doesn't alter the outcome for where you're going in June, because you have the adaptability to be getting things done and moving forward. So all of this is looking towards whatever you're doing in June as it being very, very successful for you. Now, let's have a look at relationships. So we've got two cards that tend to come around. Wow, what lovely cards. Okay, so I've got the Sun card reversed. Now, the Sun card means joy when it's upright, and when it's reversed, it's pretty good as well. But it does mean that you're going beyond your human ability. You know, like when you step out in the sun too long and you don't have sunscreen on, you get sunburnt. It's as literal as that. It's saying that there's a lot happening in the relationship area of your life, so good that you're doing too much and becoming burnt or worn out. So it's asking you to temper that enthusiasm and joy with what you physically can do, so that you can get everything done, but pace yourself. Now, I have the Lovers card, which is about a yes for something that you've wanted to do for a long time. Doing this means that your life is not going to be completely the same again, in a good way. So it's commitment in a way that you know will change your outlook on life as you move forward in June, certainly in the relationship aspect. And so it's a fantastic card of the two of you being on the same page. We're going to have a look at money. Well, we already know that there's a lot happening financially for you, but what are they also saying? Okay. So it's saying for the course of the month, because we've got June, okay, 28 days, you will just have to keep moving forward. Everything financially may be going forward, and you won't know to the end of June what the outcome is, but you have to have faith that you've put all the mechanisms in place to make it work for you. So it's about trusting your instincts, moving forward, even though you don't have any flags out there telling you how you're doing your money. You know what you need to do and you're going to go forward. And financially, the Four of Swords reversed is saying that you are worrying unnecessarily about our financial situation. This card is about money, and it's saying that sometimes worrying about it just wears you down. It's saying it's okay to check up on it, but if you feel absolutely drained by the thought of what you're doing financially, why is that so? What is it that's causing that anxiety and stress around you? Is there any way that you can get a mechanism in place to make sure that you're in your comfort zone financially for this month, so that it takes that pressure off your shoulders financially? By the way, you've got nothing to worry about, but it's just saying that, tell that to my brain kind of thing. So work on that if you can. And finally, I'm looking at challenges. All right, so the challenges that I've got around you is the Hierophant upright. I have to reverse that because challenges means blockages, which is a negative interpretation of the Hierophant. So that means that one of your challenges for this month is that you're not going to be in your comfort zone. Well, clearly we've seen that financially, but what it's saying is find the coping mechanisms to deal with it. Take one baby step at a time to make you move forward. The worst thing you can do is stay still. Move forward. And yes, you're going to feel a little bit uncomfortable because what you're doing is not really in your power. But just accept that as being one of the things you're dealing with in April. And by the end of the April, you'll know how you're getting on. And it's not a bad month. This card here is saying that expect changes to happen. The Four of Rods reversed is about a limited time of changes taking place, but it's also saying just expect that as well, as things change through the month. Don't feel as if you have control to stop it. You just have to go with the flow, and by doing that, it reduces your stress and you can move forward, because I think the only thing you've got this month to worry about is worry. And if you can control that, that's going to make it so much more enjoyable to a June that you've got to look forward to. Now, before I move on to my other cards, I just want to give you the heads up on me. So I've been reading the cards for over 30 years, got a website that's been open since 2009 called fivetarot.co.uk, and you can have Zoom readings, which is the same platform that we've got here today, very interactive. You've got telephone readings, which is done by the normal telephones here in the UK, but I also have WhatsApp so that you can, wherever you are in the world, we can have a telephone conversation because it's done through the internet. And I also have face-to-face readings in person with me here in Edinburgh and Scotland. All of these are bookable by appointment on my website, and you choose your day, you click, and it triggers an email to me, which will send you a request for payment by PayPal, which has an area, if you're not a member, to pay on your credit or debit card. And we also have bank transfers in the UK that you can pay by. At the end of your reading, you'll receive an MP3 for your smartphone, so you can download it and listen to that reading again. And for those of you who really don't like interacting face to face, there's a facility for email readings where you can actually have an email and I'll talk to you through the emails as to what your request is. and then send you a PDF of your email reading plus an interactive magazine just for you by password protection, so you can look at your reading in that format. And finally, if you don't want any of them, why don't you book and subscribe on my Karmaqueens Scotland channel on YouTube, because that helps me out as a sole trader. So moving on from that, the next thing we're going to have a look at is the cards that is all about angel cards, and they're to do with all sorts of gems and influences around that. So let's just see what they're bringing you. Just tell me when to stop. So I've got a feeling that it's going to be now. And also I'll get a vibe that it's going to be 2. 1, 2. Right, so what is it they've brought you? Oh, they've brought you a lovely ruby card, which is bless your heart. Reach out for emotional and spiritual support to heal and mend your heart. So this is concentrating on the heart area around you. Now, the last thing that I want to look at is these yin and yang cards, which help with chakras. And let's see what they're bringing you today as your message. They're very old, so the interpretation ain't great, but it gives you a flavor of what they're trying to get across to you. So what have they brought you today? So they brought you a card called Holding or Grouping Together. And it's saying, if people want to agree and unite, the gods take their side. Do not resist one who seeks to get closer to you. The path of convergence can be difficult and time-consuming, but be careful not to be late. Delay is equal to denial. So we talked a lot about your reading in terms of getting out of where you are, with maybe interacting with a lot of people. And this is quite pertinent to you because it's about those groups, getting out and about and conversing with them. And on the top here, these are the chakras that are going to be aligned. So finally, just to say thank you so much for talking. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel because that helps. And until the next time, I'm Kathleen Robinson.